Okay, here is part two of how to update a page. We were talking about this second line here. Um, Stopped right here. We want to be careful about colors. I would recommend you not do anything with colors and just leave those alone. By the way, I didn't fail to mention we have it set up so that any hyperlinks on your page are set up to be the red. But if you hover over them, they turn the traditional blue underline color that is often used across web standards. That can be changed if you decide you want to do that later, but this would impact everything across the board of everything on your site. So if you said, well, I want on this page, I want this link to underline in purple, and it won't do that. There's one place that I can change how that works, and so it's probably best that we just keep it at, hey, anything that's hyperlinked looks red. We can, if we wanted to, ever add an underline to this so that people might say, oh, that looks like it's hyperlinked, and when they hover over it, it turns from red underline to blue underline. But for now, we set it up because we didn't want a lot of extra underlines everywhere. Anything that's red is typically something that can be hyperlinked, and then when you hover over it, it's blue underline. So anyway, that can be altered if you want to. We can talk about that separately. This is primarily, we'll talk about it here, but we'll also talk about it when adding new information. This is very critical, these two things, and they're kind of similar in an area. But let's say Coach Hawks sent you a large amount of stuff in a Word document. And he said, hey, would you add this to the football page? And so you have this stuff that says offensive line, defensive line, etc. You know, I'm just typing out stuff. I know I'm typing wrong, but you know, we have a thing about equipment, whatever it might be. And he said, hey, just if you would take all that and put it in right below my children's name and drop it in right there. One thing that you don't want to do is take the information from the Word document, copy it, and paste it in right here. You just don't want to do that. And the reason is in Word, even though this looks very unformatted, I can add formats, I can change font sizes, I can italicize, I can do all these things in Word. If I didn't do all that, there is still a little bit of formatting that even when you copy this over and you paste it in, it pulls in that formatting that you get with Microsoft Word, which wreaks complete havoc a lot of times with your WordPress site, and any site for that matter. Most other sites we understand work in a similar type of fashion. What you don't want to do is copy it and paste it directly from Word. So what WordPress does is gives you two different options. Again, I don't know why they have, I wish they just do one or the other, but I really haven't found much difference in them. But this is paste as plain text or paste from Word. You can use either one of these. I'd kind of randomly go back and forth. But if you had some text that you wanted to paste and you got it from a Word document, I could do paste from Word. You come in here. I've already copied it from my working document. So as it says here, I can just use my Control V. Now I can do my Control V. I can insert, and now that puts that in there, and it's stripped of any unnecessary coding that would wreak havoc on my site. Now at this point, if I wanted to make that bold and underline and this bold and underline, I could simply format it in here and do whatever I wanted to do. So you just don't want to paste it directly in there. You want to go and use this little one step, paste it inside here, and that strips it of any necessary formatting that you don't want. The remove formatting, I don't really ever use that. I don't really do any kind of custom thing. You can indent things. You might have to check that out to see. Sometimes themes automatically put, if you're going to indent it, it automatically puts a bullet point or something to that effect. This is not the same thing as Word. I will tell you that if somebody comes in and says, hey, I want you to put this in a format, I want it to look like this, and then I want this to indent even more, and I want it to look just like this on the page. You're going to have to tell them, I can't make it look exactly like you have it on Word, but I'll do the best I can. There's been times when, I don't know if it's been necessarily with your site, but with other clients that they've produced a Word document that they spent a long time formatting and said, we really want this to look exactly like this, but on the website. And I tell them, they can't do that. Just can't, it doesn't work the same thing. So this is not exactly like Microsoft Word, but it is similar in nature. So some indent things work, some don't. This button here is your undo button. So if you ever do something, sorry, that's my home phone ringing. Let's see if I can get rid of that. If you ever do something and you think, oh, I didn't mean to do that, you can always undo it and the thing shows back up. Very similar to your edit undo button that you have up here. Redo, and then I don't think I typically ever use the help feature for anything. So what we said we would do is on this is show you how to bold and underline. Obviously, you can see now that we have that option, but let's say we want to do that. So what we want to do is bold the phone number and extension. But if you ever wanted to change the extension, if his number changed to 05, and then we want to bold that, you highlight this area that you want to bold, and then simply go up here and hit the B, and that will bold that. And then you update the page, and by updating the page, as soon as it does, and you'll see that it's updated and changed the number there. So that's simply how you make changes to your site. And if you'll kind of follow that process, whenever you make change to that, the key thing is to always go back and update whatever changes. And I've done that now with the phone number, so I've taken that off. And I think I've formatted all the other pages with the phone number not being bolded, so we didn't get overdone with the bolds and all that stuff. So that's how you go update your page. I hope that's helpful for you. As we continue to add things, so we'll talk about adding YouTube videos and other things later on, but that should give you an idea of how to update your page.